But they're hard on the human body. Things like mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, are a little hard on the human body. It is on mine. Of course, I don't need that anymore. I did that when I was in my early 20s. So, and then I realized that now is where I was working. That's what I was working for. I don't need you anymore. You know, and so that's the point. You know, you can use these things as tools. Far be it for our government or anybody that wears a suit and tie or anybody that's constipated to understand higher consciousness. But if you want a journey there, you know, we should be helping each other be better and higher and healthier, not throwing each other in jail. I mean, down dumb America. Advice for a dating company, please. Hey, Robert, I love your videos. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really do. And your detox source book. Thanks a lot here. This guy wants me to unplug, though, because I'm too fat. Oh, well. I've been working as a dating coach for about 5 years now and have taught over 1,000 students face-to-face. That's pretty cool. Plus, it appeared on TV. Excuse me, please. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm going through this for you. And newspaper. She's been on TV and newspaper. www. Wow. Recently, I have discovered how useful eating raw fruit and veggies is in regards to dating. Wow, this is pretty cool. I did a blog post video today. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I got attracted by one guy saying, seriously, you think cells in your body need sugar to run? You need to go away and actually check some facts, huh? I think that guy needs to go away and check some facts. Sugar fruits is actually called fructose, and fructose is considered to be possibly the worst type of sugar or carbohydrate to eat in excess. Doesn't that show you the stupidity of people? Doesn't that show you the stupidity of people? Well, I guess the primate family needs to close up shop, disunplug, and get off the planet, poor guys. Dang, they're in trouble. Since our body's 98% identical, that could be a problem. I think we should back away. All you guys on fruit, better stop it. You're going to kill yourselves. Wait a minute, but all you're getting better. I mean, this is how stupid these people are here. This is really, I hate to say that, but after a while, it's like, please, get yourself some common sense there. Clearly he is wrong. Clearly he is wrong. Clearly he doesn't know what's up or down. And that was just an opinion of his, though, from some propaganda he heard from somewhere else. He doesn't know the facts of chemistry. He wouldn't have said that. Carbon is sugar. That's where we get our carbohydrates. That's where carbonhydrates come from. Hello. Clearly he is wrong. I have done a couple months on fruit only and feel great, absolutely. But I don't know how to end this argument easily. Ha, ha, ha. I feel it's my purpose to help with this high-level consciousness push. Well, yeah, you're going to have to use things like primates and fruit sugars, a simple sugar, and carbohydrates as carbon, and facts like carbon and oxygen mix at the cellular level, creating ATP, adenosine triphosphate, yanking out the hydrogen, which we know hydrogen is acidic, and the more hydrogen something has, the more acidic it is, blah, 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 blah. Get into some facts with him. You know, because he's just spouting stuff he doesn't really actually know for fact. It's stuff he heard. And he's assumed it as fact, depending on who told him. Maybe he respected the person that told him, and he felt that they would be knowledgeable about what they were saying. Thank you, Robert. I love you. Thanks again for tuning in there, Rob. I don't know, Rob, what to say about that, man. Just that, you know, half the people in the world, all the islanders, all those 100-year-old islanders that were raised on fruit, well, according to him, should be dead. I don't know. All these things you put yourself out there does tone you a bit and it's just a developing your dialectics. Don't be afraid of one case you just can't know how to communicate with them and you just lose that, because a lot of times I'm one of those guys that think what I should have said after I said it. You know, that's the problem. I always hated that. I think afterwards, boy, I could have said it that way and said it that way, and I should have said it that way. But It does, in that kind of thinking, develop your ability to articulate what you know into verbalage, physical language. And, I've met many people. I wish I could go back and talk to them in a different way, maybe. But you know what? That's there is a good learning lesson for you. It doesn't matter what he thinks anyway. But it is a good learning lesson for your abilities to articulate this, because that's what you set yourself up there. Set yourself up on a site to articulate and to help people to grow spiritually. And you're right on with the dating. Higher consciousness people, I mean, when two people come together, both with very strong senses of self, awareness and consciousness, the experience can be quite beautiful, quite etheric, full of joy and ecstasy. And, it's just people's relationships are so emotional and so self-perpetrated, like, what can I get out of this relationship type of thing? What's in it for me? Me, 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 me. And really, when you get the me out of the way and you just love for the intensity of it, and there's a connection, that connection can be way out there. The more higher aware you are, the more sensitive you are. You respect that other person as an individual. They respect your individuality. So their life doesn't matter. It's who they are and their beauty and the way they carry themselves that attracts you, and nothing else matters. And then the merging of that relationship can be an extreme high sense of emergence. But I think you're on a perfect track. I think that, it's just going to help develop your ability to articulate. Pretty dumb, this guy's statement's pretty dumb, though. And you see that. But I've seen dumb statements out of this on the learned who you think should know. So, but, we are in a world of very inferior food, so some statements are born out of experiences, maybe, not this one, but, from eating bad food or something, and it just gave them a bad taste in their mouth, and they just, whatever. So there's all that sort of thing going on, too. You can't let one experience drown the rest of them. Make one experience after the other new. Life's new every day, every day. Another problem you have with that is remembering your bad experiences. You might go through the same experience a few times. Just I know that experience, because you live in the now. And that's what's hard, is keeping that memory going while you're still in creation, when you're living in the intensity of the now. Sometimes it's good to remember a few things. Now, Regicao, as a fellow cyclist, yep, you do need your sleep. In relationship to the Durian Rider comments, if you're not just sitting around and writing 100, 200 in a day for pure joy, it's only logical that you get some nice rest. Yes, and I agree with that. Also with weak adrenals, it recharges the electrical system here. Let me see, I don't understand something. If you go on fruit long enough, it can turn your brown eyes blue? If you have blue eyes, not if you have brown eyes. If you have blue eyes that are mostly brown from chronic lymph, and I've showed you some in the iris, but there'll be a day. I've been talking with them around here. We're going to take a day. We're going to add up all the eyes that you guys want me to read, and we'll do a segment here on the eyes. Maybe I can show you more of what blue eyes that are mostly brown, but you can still see the blue in them. If you can see blue or green in your eye, no matter what other colors are in there, that's the color of your eye. A brown eye, a true brown eye, will never have blue or green in it, ever. And you struggle to see orange in a brown eye at that when you're looking for sulfur. So it's only those people that have chronic lymphs where those areas have turned brown, that'll turn blue again. You can't turn a true brown eye blue. No, that's not what that meant. So it's just no. That would be freaky, even for me. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am so far here behind, guys. Citron, what's this one? This is probably an old question, my friend. What do you got here, man? What is the difference between eating grass-fed organic meat versus taking glandulars? Well, good question. You could probably eat the glandulars You could probably kill an organic cow and eat the glands and probably do the same thing, I'd guess. And then you wouldn't, that'd probably be the best way to do it, because then you wouldn't be getting all the additives these labs add in there. So it might be a good way to do it. Raise organic cattle and slaughter it and eat their adrenals and their thyroids and stuff. You could probably do that. That does mean that there are beneficial properties in meat when eaten in moderation. If it's different, please explain why it is, and thank you. Well, glandulars are definitely meat. And if you do it in a therapeutic dosage and stuff, you're doing to help excite those glands. But then you don't use your long term with that. You start getting into the muscle tissue and all the other tissue that you eat, and it doesn't have like effect. And even the glandulars, I only use those, to be honest with you, because of the chronicness of the people. And it's not something that I enjoy either. I prefer to use herbs that we're at a chronic level, Cintron. And I know what you're trying to do is merge your meat eating, and you're thinking of eating meat with glandulars and everything else, but, if one wants to eat meat, they can. But I can just tell you that if you want superior health, you always get rid of the meat. You always do. There's just nothing healthy about dead tissue. In fact, the glandulars definitely work to a degree, there's no question. But I don't see the same thing in eating muscle tissue on animals makes your muscles stronger. Whoa. Yeah, neither does God. I'm so lucky that it's summer here. Yeah. Where are you, in New Zealand? Aren't you in New Zealand? This is German Manigan. But you guys eat away. I'm talking about detoxification. You eat whatever you want. I like those other channels like Dan, the Man's, where you're sucking down the raw and you're power punching and stuff. It's good to follow that way for years if you would like. I found my life going in different directions for several reasons, and I've talked about them before. Not in terms of off of the raw, but in terms of having cooked food. And, there's times where I didn't eat so well either. Just the situation, the location, the country I was in, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I don't hold a hammer over your head, Cintron. It's just that we were told here you were saying we were wrong here. So, but I understand if you want to eat it for a sense of wellness, go right ahead. There's a lot of theories out there. It's just that wrong species. You can't really, for a frugivorous species and a herbivorous species to eat meat. With your thought, animals that are herbivores